All right, folks. We just got done drawing all the 12 drawings, right? You've got all those, and there was a lot of work involved with that. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how to put these onto a sheet and put them into orthographic multi-views, okay? We're going to do each one of them, and I know one of those, I think of the 12, was metric. But we're going to put these all together on one file, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to go to English here, which we're in, and instead of choosing an IPT, which is inventor part, we're going to use an inch IDW, which is inventor drawing. So double click that. And you know that, notice it starts out like this, and if you zoom in, it's a D size paper. Oh, it's a large size paper. I'm just wanting to put this on, let's put it on A size paper, okay? Or we might do a B size. Let's do a B size paper. That's 11 by 17. So how do we do that? How do we change paper sizes? Right here. You go up here to your sheet, right click your sheet, and then you're going to go down to Edit Sheet. When you get here, you can change it to whatever size you want, A, B, C, D, E, F. I want to do a B size sheet and hit OK. It's got our zones on it. It's got our title block and all that good stuff. Looks great. So what I want to do first is we got 12 drawings, and we can open up 12 different sheets. Let's say you had a technical drawing that included 12 sheets, and you're going to do that in this class yet. We're going to design something up, and it's going to be assembled and all that good stuff. But for this time right now, let's add in the base. We're going to start with 1, and we'll hit base. And I'm going to find something. I want to find some parts here. And again, all you have to do is when you come in here, look it up. See if I can find it. It was in my desktop. Make sure that you remember where you locate files so it's easy to find. And part 1, I'll open it up. And notice it comes in like this, and you can turn it however you want. Always start with the front view. Seems like it works out better. And it's at a half scale. That's fine. And I hit OK. And that's perfect. I want it to be just like this. I don't want it shaded. I want hidden lines so I can see what the part looks like. So this is the front view. And the front view always shows, and orthographics always shows the most detail of a part, and it also shows how it would set in its natural space out in the field. How's it going to actually set? Just like a stapler, you know, you're not going to put it upside down. You're going to put it flat. Or like a car, you're going to put it flat on its tires. You're not going to put it on its roof. Does that make sense? So when I get this in here, I just come up here to project, and it'll project over. Right. We'll just left click and then right click to create, and then click on the front. Again, bring it straight up, just regular left click, right click, and create. And I always want to put an isometric view up here in the right hand corner, okay? And I can pull this up here, and I want it to be shaded, okay? So I turn it around, and usually you want to scale it just a little smaller than what you scale everything else. You don't have to have it too large. And also I want it shaded. This one right here is your hidden line, which we want on these. This one here is hidden line removed. You don't want to use that. But here, we want to use shaded. And there's that little image up there. So after you get those put in, top, front, and right side orthographic views, and then you got your little isometric view over here in the corner that's solid, it's perfect. If you ever want to go back and edit these, you can click on it. You'll have like a little perforated edge around that. You just have to right click edit sketch, and you can go in here and let's say I want to take the hidden lines off, you just do that. This one here is, you'll notice this is the parent. This is the first one I brought in, and everything kind of follows that. So if I do something to this, it does something to these other two. But you definitely want to put in your hidden lines on those, okay? So I put those back in. Now it's importance of annotate. We're not going to get crazy with annotations. Just put the basic annotations in on these. Hit annotate. And I always start out, this is what accompanies a drawing. It gives you your dimensions, text, whatever. I want to come in and first I want to put center marks on all my holes. Y'all see that? And then I want to put my center line bisectors in. And you don't want to click points. You want to just click on lines. See how it puts that center line in there for you? Just like that. That's perfect. It gives you something to dimension off of. And then you go ahead and you can start doing your dimensions on these things. Remember, you have 3 dimensions that you're looking at. Your width, your height, and your depth. There's no sense of doing too much. I mean, you don't have to, if I come down here and I get the width of this thing, I don't have to come up here and put the width again. Don't clutter your drawing. So if you have a dimension already identified somewhere, you don't have to continue to do that. So I hit dimension here, and there's different ones I can use, but I'm just going to use dimension here. I go from side to side, I bring it down. Y'all see that? Just like that. Dimension, I can come in here and grab this to this. If we need that. Now, one thing I always tell everybody is like if you have something that's round, you want to try to dimension that part in it where it's facing you. See how that's round? I don't want to come here and point at this hidden line and say it's a radius of 0.5. Or like this. Like this right here, this diameter is a radius of 1.5. I really don't want to do that if I can get away with it, but it's not really good to take and dimension hidden lines. You know, it's kind of frowned upon sometimes. But for this instance, we can do that because I don't really like, you know, coming up here and doing that. So I'll come down here and put this in, and the beauty of it is this software identifies it. If you do dimension something the way this one did, you have to put the diameter in front of it if it's a round feature, okay? So it takes care of that. I would come up here, and I just want you to get the basics of this. So that right there is good. I'll continue along here. I'm just giving you guys just basics on this. We're not doing tolerances or anything like that yet. And like I said, I don't have to have that because I already done it at the bottom. But I might need to come over here and just to make sure, just to show people that this one's 1.2 inches. And if I want to take this and flop it to the other side, I can. Okay? Now we have that, and you also up here at the top, you want to go in and provide your depth of the part. There's a few other features that we have to do here that I'd put in. And we might have to do some, we might have to take and put that one back over here. So, and so on and so forth. You all can kind of see where we're getting to here. And we probably need to put some centerline bisectors in there as well, just to denote that. So again, I'm just wanting basic dimensions. This is to let you guys be able to put those in and just to see how they work. Over here, you know, we got to put in some height dimensions. There. It'd be good to have this one in. We need to put this in. Whatever it takes for someone to build this part is what we've got to do. And we could always come over here and do this one. Okay? So you might want to come over here and, you know, you could put this dimension in here just like that. And see, we really didn't even need this because right here we got a radius of 50. So, again, just go through there and put your basic dimensions in there. And I want to show you what else I want you to do. Now, you can, too, fill out your title block. It should have your name in it, but as far as the title, I can go up here to right-click. I can click on part, right-click. Now right-click. And I can come in here to iProperties on this, just like we do when we change the physical parts, you know, the materials in our IPT. But I can come in here and I can put the title in right here. And this would be, we'll put module 4. Okay? And I can apply. See how it adds it in there? The subject, company name. Company is Big Sandy Community Technical College, BSCTC. Apply. See how it puts it right there. And then project, part number. You know, you can get all that put in. Stock number, description. So the engineer who's doing it, working on it, authority, the cost center. You can even do a cost analysis of these parts and check by an engineering approved and all those things like that. So it's really, really, really cool. But really, the only thing I want you to do is put your school name here, put module 4, and that's totally fine. And then for the rest of them, you're going to do the same thing. What I do now is click on part 1, right click, or actually I'm sorry, go to sheet 1, right click. There we go. You got to click on part 1. I had to escape out of all the commands. Part 1, right click, new sheet, and it does a B size. Now see how you got sheet 2? So here's sheet 1 up here, and here's sheet 2. So sheet 2 here, I'm going to put in the next drawing. So I come up here, place views, base, and I'm going to get that second part. All right. So I get the second part, and what I want to do is I want to blow it up a little bit. And I don't really like that for the front view. All right. This drawing really needs to have an auxiliary view, but we're not there yet. We're going to get there in a couple days. But for the time being, we'll use that. And I'll show you auxiliary views in the next, probably the next class, okay? If I come up here and put that up here, create, do this one, project, grab this one, come over, create, and then I want to do a base view, or not a base, yeah, I need to do another base view. I got to put an isometric view of it up here in the corner. Part 2, open it up, isometric. Let's find a good isometric shot of it. It looks pretty good. Make sure you make it solid. We're going to put it right up here in the top. And that's okay. We'll just leave it like that. That looks fine. So here's our isometric view of it, and just go in here and like we did last time, go through, put your center lines in first, get all those put in, and I know we need some auxiliary views, and I want to put one in here just to show you the trick of it. We'll keep all these images in, the orthographics, but I want to show you an auxiliary. This is something we're going to do next class, but I'll go ahead and show you how to do it. Go back to place views, do an auxiliary, click on this, and then click this line here, and then pull that down. And you'll have a straight on view of that, okay? So that way you can get the exact, an exact idea of what that is right there, okay? So again, folks, go through, put all your dimensions in it the best you can, and after you get that one done, click on your part, escape out, click on your part, right click, new sheet, go in there and grab your next one. And the next one is going to be part 3 that we did. This is going to be the rod, so go in there, that's a perfect front view, and get that put in. Scale it however, whatever you want to scale it at. You know, if you want to do, you can try 1:1 if it looks good. Try it. I think we might be okay with that. We'll just have to see. Project, and then project it up. Then put your 3D model over here, okay? So go through, put your dimensions in the best that you can. Just make sure you have just the basic main depth, height, and width on these. And go through, and you should have 12 sheets when you get done. And after you get all 12 sheets in, just go File, and do a Save As, and come down here. You want to save it as an IDW, save that for yourself, but then I want you guys to do something else for me. Save this one as, you know, Module 4, but then I also want you to go File, Save As, Save Copy As, and I want you to make it as a PDF for me. So you come down here, PDF, and that's how I want it to submit it as a PDF, and I want to type in here Module 4,